The Temples of Angkor are unparalleled throughout the world in terms of sheer scale and majesty. They're a UNESCO World Heritage Site for a reason. You always get something different whenever you go and visit, whether you're going, because it's a different time of year, different time of day that you visit, a different exit, a different entrance. They are sort of endlessly fascinating, really. So there are what I would call the big three of the temples in Angkor. You've got Angkor Wat, obviously the main event, Angkor Thom, which is the old fortified city, and Ta Prohm, which is the one left in the state in which it was found, covered in giant creeper fig trees. Angkor Wat is absolutely stunning for its sheer majesty and ingenuity, and climbing to the top of the structure in the centre is fantastic, a little bit scary because it's quite steep, but fantastic. Angkor Thom is best known for the Bayon, which is the iconic temple with the giant stone faces that's in the middle of the old fortified city of Angkor Thom. But Ta Prohm's my personal favourite because that's the one where if you go at dawn, when nobody else other than Audley clients go, you'll find it is the most magical time of day to visit because you walk through the jungle while it's still dark and you can hear the monkeys and the parrots and the canopy overhead, and then before you realise it, you're in the grounds of the temple itself, and then the dawn light starts to filter down through the trees and the mist lifts off the ground, slowly revealing the temple all around you, just choked by the giant creeper fig trees. It's so atmospheric. Siem Reap now has a huge range of hotels to stay at, ranging from obviously just the backpacker guest houses right up to a 6-star private pool villa, private butler property. So it really does depend on your taste and your budget, but for me, my favourite is always the Hanya Manalaya. It's a locally run hotel, about 3 stars, with a little pool, really, really friendly and helpful staff, and it's built in a sort of traditional Khmer house style, and it's just a very personable place to stay. Although you can follow a guidebook around, you don't really get the best perspective on the temples following a guide, but you spend most of the time reading rather than looking. The guides, particularly the ones we use, are so adept, they're so well versed in the history of the temples. They also know all the little vantage points at exit and entrances that you won't get from a guidebook. In terms of what time of year to go, November is usually deemed the optimum time of year because the rainy season's just finished, so the weather is great. The vegetation in the countryside is that much more colourful. But any time of year is good except September, which is the wettest month of the year. I like to recommend you go in green season, which is the monsoon season, because fewer people will be at the temples. The most memorable experience I've had at the temples in Cambodia is at Pravir, the one that sits on a 500-metre high promontory overlooking the rice plains of Cambodia in northern Cambodia. When I was there, I was lucky enough to camp overnight, and at dawn I sat with my guide and 2 monks who'd slept overnight on the temple floor, and we just sat there drinking a coffee, watching the sun come up over the plains below and seeing the little spirals of fires coming up in the plain below, and it's just an absolutely magical experience, totally unlike anything else you'd have been able to do in Cambodia.